Alright, well, we blew through that break of Tyranny of Dragons. I have Dragon Heist, and I have more Monster Menagerie. And if any of you want those minis, you are welcome to bid on them over the course of what we're doing. Okay. Dark Wolf? Are you around, Dark Wolf? Can you get Brawl Players experience, please? Diadems, Dark Wolf, some nice pulls, a woo. Enjoy our banter. Yes, if you two are having killer banter, then that's good. Didn't see any spelling errors, even spell check showed, so no interest in that. Oh, okay. It might not have been a spelling, it might have been, it might have just been, the improper word, or rather, it would have been a homonym. So, I knew, the word you're going for had another word that sounded like it, but spelled differently. And so I think that's what I interpreted as a spelling error. It's like saying, I don't know if this was in there, but, you know, the predator stalked its prey, and it's spelled P-R-A-Y. Well, prey is spelled correctly, but that's not the proper prey. It's P-R-E-Y kind of a thing. Ah, yes. So just like in Pokemon here, we have our rivals, Dark Wolf and Diadems, as they're collecting their Pokemon and battling them against each other. All right, so let's make Doggo number 3, huh? I have my random roll guide open, and in fact, unless any of you are going to be bidding on minis, I'll keep this open. I do have Monster Menagerie and the new one out, but we're going to need this primarily. Let's find out if we... Yeah, you got to catch them all, bro, Plier. Let's find out if we have a female, a male, or a multi-class character. 93. Oh, snap. We have a multi-class doggo. And, alright, so let's roll again. 42. So we have a female. And then we're going to roll a D3 to find out, do we have a large dog breed, medium dog breed, or small? 1. We have another large dog breed who is of the alignment 4529. Lawful... Oh my gosh. Lawful good with a chaotic evil and a chaotic neutral. This is going to be an interesting party. But we can make it work. Don't think that we can't. We're going to generate her at level... 41 is level 11. You have Pokemon Black 2? You know, I didn't get started until Gen 4, personally. Now, she is going... we're going to multi-class. And remember, if you're a level 8 character and you have 6 levels of Bard and 2 levels of Cleric, that is only 1 ability score improvement. And the reason being, unless you're a fighter, you get your ASI as per your class on 4, 8, 12, etc. Not on your character level. So you won't get 2 ASIs being a level 8 character and having 6 Bard, 2 Cleric. Hey, Derek. Dude. Derek. My gosh. The pulls tonight in Tyranny of Dragons have been amazing. That being said, I mean, I know you're fishing for some individuals to make a custom custom blend of an adventure, and you have a heck of a group of them too. I do have a new brick of Monster Menagerie. So let's roll for the 2 possible feats or ASIs that she can have. Let's find out if any of them are going to be feats or she's going to take the stat bumps. 7? Nope, it's all stat bumps. So we're going to stick with the awakened animal background. And we're going to go 2 personality traits. 2 and 1. And then 4, 6, 6 for the ideal bond and flaw. Oh. Yeah, Dark Wolf, if you can, or if you're busy, Derek, can you get Bro Applier? Let's see. Yeah, Bro Applier needs 50 experience points. Okay, Woo, can you get that for me then? And Derek, thanks for letting me know too, so that way I'm not tapping you as you're working on your campaign. Oh, Derek got it. Okay. Now we have a multi-class character. Let's roll twice and find out what is going to be the primary class and what will be the secondary. Oh, gotcha, Derek. I gotcha. Oh, and it's the perfect storm. It's fine. Don't worry about it. First class is going to be a monk. Second class is going to be a barbarian. All right. So let's split this. She's almost on the verge of 12 here. Why don't we split this to be monk something 8 and then barbarian 3, so that way she gets her so that way she'll get her either Berserker path or Totem Warrior. So let's just go monk and bar. For the monk, we're going to roll a d3. And she will be a 2. A Way of Shadow. And barbarian, odds, Berserker. A Way of Shadow, Berserker, monk, barbarian. Do monk barbarians get Zen rage? Yeah, I guess they'd be kind of like Metachams, wouldn't they? They'll very calmly pound you into oblivion. So a barbarian who calmed down. Or a monk that unlocks... how about this? A monk that unlocks its chakra to release his inner... in this case, her inner strength. So she's mastered her kata and her martial arts, and now she can open up the channels of her ki through this barbarian splash, and she can land devastating blows upon her foes. Brawl Plier. Yeah, a couple people in the store community have been talking about it. And they said that it's really good. All right. Well, Technically, Way of Shadow does get a couple spells, but we don't really have a spellcaster. So we don't have to worry too much about how the spellcasting intertwines with a multi-class. Oh, okay, you and your boyfriend just got through that, Chaotic? Well, no spoilers, because I want to watch it. I just know that it's funny. And it is a show that gives Matt Groening a lot more freedom and leeway than The Simpsons. Kind of dark. It seemed that way. Alright, and she is going to be, let's see, 86. Alright, so she is going to be old for a dog. This could be her last adventure. So she wants to go out and do something grand. Old dogs, they live maybe, 15 years max? Probably, around 10 or 12? I guess it would depend on her species. But I don't know. Let's start at 10 and let's roll a d6. 4. 10, 11, 12, 13. She is 13 years old. Alright, so we can do away with this. Oh, your grandparents' Doge is 16? Well, 16 would put us in, like, Venerable and Ancient, so... I said this might be her last adventure, not that it would. Lawful Good and the others are not necessarily good characters. I feel like they might be why this is her last adventure. We'll find out, right? As we explore and we go over the... We go over the dynamic of the characters, who they are, and what adventure we can send them on. Alright, so charisma increases by 1. Base speed of 30 feet. That gives us 15 climb, 15 swim, 0 fly. This is common, and then 2 others, which is kind of generous. We have 60 feet of dark vision. And then down here, we get best friend. Charm person once per short rest based on charisma. Oh, nice. Glow-in-the-dark dice. I like it, X-Cat. So now we are going to get worse than the bark, which is it's a bite attack, really, is what that translates to. We're level 11, so it's going to be 1d8 plus strength, and this is piercing damage as we're nom 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 nom. WTTB. Okay. As a large dog, we get 2 to our strength score. And we also get powerful bite. And now there are 22 dog feats. And according to the playtest character creation rules, we can choose 2 of these to add to our character at level 1. So I'm going to roll a 22-sided a die twice. 18 and 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are a digger. You just have to dig. You have advantage on ability checks for digging. In combat, if you are in an environment which can be dug by your claws, you may take an action to go prone and gain half cover. I believe that when we reviewed this feat, it wasn't it wasn't as good as it could be, or you could do things a different way better. That being said, let's just think of it thematically. Don't worry too much about the mechanics. So this monk barbarian likes to dig, all right? And in addition, we have 18. So 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. Upright and alert. You can never be surprised. If your party is surprised, you'll act normally in initiative order. And that one was weirded a little oddly, too, because surprise renders initiative. It just gives surprised creatures a status effect that they don't get to act after until a turn has passed. Though this kind of goes well with the Barbarian once that gets developed. Okay. So we didn't roll to take any feats. We're going to skip this and go down to our background for an awakened animal. We are going to get insight and persuasion. Another language. We will get a memento object. A favorite toy. I kind of like thinking about what would be the favorite toys for the characters we've created so far, right? What would, if you open their backpack, and what would the toy be in there? And also 1d6 gold pieces, effectively. 5 gold pieces. There we go. Our feature, a friend by every fireside, which allows us, when we're in town, we just do a little butt sniffing, and we know everything that's going on around town. It's good for info gathering, kind of getting the mood. Forsaken, hey, welcome. Speaking of minis, I still have one on hold for you, Forsaken. I don't know if you want to add to the box or if you want me to clear it and ship it to you and or your brother. But as a heads up, I still am holding on to the one for you, okay? Bro Plier right on the dot. So Bro Plier is going to get... Yep, you're going to get 100 experience points, Bro Plier. All right, what are our doggo's personality traits? 2 and 1. I dislike conflict and try to be a calming mediator, seeking common ground in conflict. 1. I tend to the dramatic as a creature of impulse. I have few middle gears and often narrate my circumstances with great flair and expression. So it does sound like she does try to be calm. She's kind of manic, right? She can be calm, but she has these passionate fits, which goes very well with the fact that she is a monk barbarian, right? So she is the yin and the yang. Her ideal is 4. Comfort. I cannot stand to see a creature in pain and will act within my power to provide succor and lift spirits. Bro Plier, also, there is someone that I need your help with training them in the patient. What do you mean by that, Bro Plier? Her bond is 6. There are others like me, for I am their kin. I will seek them out no matter what. You know what this is kind of sounding like? What if she is kind of the mentor of our first 2 characters we generated last night? Right? She is their sensei. You know, she's older, wiser. She embraces these different aspects. And so she's trying to teach these 2 other pups, in a sense. She's trying to teach these 2 other pups how to live, how to fight, how to survive in this world. And, I mean, each are taking, you know, we kind of have a Ryo and a Kuma underneath, you know, Master Gen. Oh, no, it wasn't. Gen was the Kung Fu Master in Street Fighter. There's someone that asked me to help them with patience. So are you looking for tips and tricks, Bro Plier? Or what? How can we assist you with that? Because, look, Chaotic Blue... I think she knows she's gonna die soon. So what's the mark that she can leave on the world but to pass on her philosophy and her technique to her students? Alright, and her flaw is number 6. My willingness to trust and follow people, even strangers, means I am easily led into compromising scenarios. Aha! So she wants to teach them, but, you know, maybe they're just not... Maybe she chose not the best students. And so by taking these 2 kind of, you know, very impulsive... these 2 impulsive students under her metaphorical wings as a dog, this could be getting her in trouble. Right? Because the one shares her personality trait of or I'm sorry, no, it was her ideal, and that was the Saint Bernard fighter. But his idea of resolving seeing a creature in pain is to tear the throat out and end it quickly. Yeah, exactly, Chaotic Blue. So we're building the party character by character, and with that, a whole other world around them. So Bro Plier needs tips and tricks in order to help a friend become more patient and understanding. Well, you know, Bro Plier, just sitting down and reading a book, that's a really good first step. It doesn't have to be a 1,000-page novel. It could even be about a fantasy or something that he or she is interested in. Sci-fi, history, science. That's a good first step. Have this person actually just sit down and read a book. Heck, sit down and read the Player's Handbook in D&D. Alright, let's build 8 levels of Monk first. And then we'll tack on... And then we'll go through how to make a multi-class character, and we'll tack on 3 levels of Barbarian. Alrighty. Now, your proficiency bonus is based on total character level. So because we are level 11... our proficiency bonus will be 4. However, everything else we're looking at, she is for intents and purposes level 8 as a monk. I guess so, X-Cat. I mean, I definitely get, like, you know, the yellow and the red primarily. Or if you don't mean... Well, I guess you said a uniform. I mean, she definitely looked like, you know, a species you might encounter somewhere. She doesn't have green skin like an Andorian, but what? Or I'm sorry, blue like an Andorian, or a green like an Alpha Centaurian. But what can you do? Okay. So hit points, we are going to get 8d8 hit points from Monk. And by the way, let's zoom in. Do you see on this modified character sheet, it has a whole other area? That's for multi-classing if you so choose. We get no armor proficiencies. We do get proficiency with simple weapons and short swords. And then we are going to get a tool, either an artisan tool or a musical instrument. It kind of does Chaotic Blue. So I want you all to think, what would be some kind of an artisan tool or an instrument you would envision this this dog being able to play? Strength and dexterity are our primary or our proficient saving throws. And then we're going to get to choose 2 skills from acrobatics, athletics, history, insight, religion, and stealth. Let's see. There are others like me, for I am their kin. I will seek them out no matter what. My willingness to trust and follow. Cannot stand to see a creature. A lot of this is pointing to knowledge religion, right? She's taken in these various religious thoughts, philosophies, maybe even dogmatic dogmatic practices. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Hey. So I think training in religion would be proper for her. She already has insight by being a doggo. So after that, you know what? She's lived a good long while. She's 13 years. Yeah, she's 13 years old. I almost want to say history. Hey, Bobicus. Speaking of multi-classing, says XCat, have you guys heard of the story of the character who took level 1? Oh, yeah. Puffin Forest? Yeah, that was a good one. Yep, that was a good one. I like his animated stories. Darkwolf says the campaign name should be Fetch Quest. I mean, I can't argue with that. Oh, bro applier. Alright, so we're gonna get a short sword or any simple weapon. So maybe she fights with a short sword. A Dungeoneer's pack. She's exploring. She's traveling the world. And 10 darts. 10 barks. Let's see. A couple of extra things. Pardon. At level 8, we are also going to get martial arts, which is going to be 1d6 at this level. And that'll be bludgeoning. You could argue with your DM, I guess. Ooh, pardon me. That you have claws as a dog, and so your martial arts should be slashing damage. If I was your DM, I'd be willing to say, yeah, you want to go bludgeoning or you want to go slashing? I'll let you choose. You're not a cat, so you don't get to retract them, but which one do you want to lock in for your martial arts? Martial arfs. That's it. I'm just going to end it. No, I told you I appreciate a pun. I can't end a stream when so many good puns are coming to the surface here. Martial arfs. We also get an extra 15 feet of movement. Whoops, that puts us at 45, which gives us 22 climb, 22 swim, and still 0 fly. Chaotic blue, chaotic blue, chaotic blue. So we have martial arts. We have key. And we're going to have a save DC for our key effects. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, woo. Flurry. Flurry of blows. Got it. Or flurry of barks. Patient defense. Otherwise known as sit, stay. Step of the wind. And the other one is going to be a stunning strike, and we'll get to that. We are also going to get to deflect missiles. In other words, we can catch frisbees, and we're so good at catching frisbees, we can throw them back. We also get slow fall. We get an extra attack. And then now we finally get stunning strike. If you want to duel Bro Applier, it's ! duel space name space amount. And the amount can be 0 or up to any amount that you have available to challenge. Our martial arts count as magic weapons. And then finally, we get evasion and stillness of mind at level 7. Monk archetype, and then Barbarian archetype. Good duel. Way of Shadow. We are going to get Shadow Arts. SA for Shadow Arts. Darkness. Dark Vision. Pass without trace. That just gives you resistance to have to pee on everything you walk past. And then silence. That way no one can blame you for farting. We then also get Shadow Arts. Minor Illusion as a cantrip. After that, we get Shadow Step. At 6th level, you gain the ability to step from one shadow into another. There we go. Oh, shoot. I forgot to write down how many key points we have. 1 second. At 8th level, we have 8 key points, and we're going to put that over here. There we go. Pun is too easy, says Chaotic. And now let's hop up, or actually, let's go down first. We've made our monk. Now we need to reference how to multi-class into Barbarian, because we don't get everything that a first level Barbarian gets. And by the way, I do want you all to considering what kind of a large breed dog do we have on our hands here. We're going to go to Chapter 6, Customization Options. Multi-classing proficiencies. Okay, here. Prerequisites, by the way. We'll need at least a 13 strength. And not only that, you have to meet the prerequisites for your original class and the class into which you want to multi-class. Meaning that we need to make sure that we have at least a 13 dex, 13 whiz, and 13 strength. As a Barbarian, we will gain armor proficiency with shields. And then simple and martial weapons. So I'm going to keep short swords separate. Because, well, I guess we don't have to, because a short sword is already a finesse weapon. Meaning we can use dex already. So you know what? I'm not going to worry about that. Now, within the simple weapon category, they can be considered monk weapons, meaning that you can use dex instead of strength, even though they are not a finesse weapon. That would mean you could use a quarterstaff with dexterity, because that is a monk weapon. However, if we use martial weapons, despite our proficiency, they are not monk weapons, and so we would have to use strength in that regard. Also, something else to note. Both monk and barbarian are going to give us unarmored defense. Monk is going to give us 10 plus dex plus wisdom. Barbarian is going to give us 10 plus dex plus constitution. You can't stack them. You choose one or the other. Which unarmored defense do we want to have, if any? Maybe we want to wear armor. I don't know. Your Yu-Gi-Oh! Failed you, bro, applier. Dark Wolf, you think that this is a rough collie? She probably looks a little bit more like this, right? If we want to give her sort of classic graying because she's getting older. Are collies a large breed of dog? I thought they would be kind of a medium-sized. I mean, not that I know their dimensions. They very well could be large dogs. What about a Newfoundland dog breed? Are Newfoundlands large dogs? Like, I've heard of Newfoundland, but I can't conjure its size in my brain. Oh, gotcha. These ones. Oh, that poor halfling. It's not going to stand a chance. Goodbye, gnome. We barely knew ye. Oh gosh. Those eyes. That is a big doggo. Oh my gosh. Yes, Killer. That's the background music we have going on. Okay, so these are the proficiencies that we get from being a barbarian. When we go back to barbarian, we don't get these proficiencies in the saving throws, the skills, etc. We've already received what we're going to get from Barbarian there. Now, what we will get are 3 D12 hit die. Because that's what Barbarians get. And so now, if we want to spend hit dice to recover, we can choose which one we would want to be. Which one we'd want to consume first. We do not get starting equipment, and when we calculate hit points, we don't get level 1 hit points, because we're not level 1 as a character. We may be level 1 as a barbarian, but not as a character. So we'll just get the half plus 1 instead. Alright, so for a barbarian class, we will rage. And in fact, by 3rd level, we get... rage, we get 3 rages. +3 and +2 damage. Unarmored defense. We do get restless attack. Or reckless, I mean. Reckless attack. Danger sense. And then at 3rd level, we'll get our primal path. And we chose Path of the Berserker, meaning that we can go into a frenzy when we rage. If you do, for the duration of your rage, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action. But we're not high enough level to get mindless rage, so we will just frenzy. And there we go. Let's see, darts are 1d4. Short sword is 1d6. Piercing and piercing. Alright, so now we have the chassis of our character, and it's time to put the engine into the character. Dexterity is going to be very important to this character for offensive reasons and defensive reasons. So I almost want to say that dexterity should be our big one here. 15. $14. 13. 12. 12, 10, 14, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. XCat says the Null Warrior's nearly done. You're going to go think on a list of feats. Okay. All right, XCat, keep working on that. Hey, TJ Fate. Yes, a Monk Barb multi-class. Put a Pintle engine in it, says Killer Sense of Humor. I am not familiar with that kind of engine. So if we do that, we will have 15 strength and 9 charisma. And then we get 2 stat bumps from level 4 and level 8 of Monk. So we can probably put one to bring Dex and Strength to 16. And then we could probably bump up... we could always bump up Charisma. If we did that and we brought it to 10, then we could put a spare into maybe Constitution so she can hold her breath a little bit longer. And if we do that, that's going to give us 3 Strength, 3 Dex, 1 Con, 0 Int, 2 Wisdom, and 0 Charisma. Oh, a Pinto engine. Right, the one people were, yeah, the joke was, yeah, you know, it like taps the rear bumper of another car and it explodes into fire. I think that was the one that they even found design documents inside of, was it Ford? That even the engineers told Ford that that this design will kill people, and Ford said it will cost less to pay off any wrongful death lawsuits than it will be to cease production, so make them anyway. And then that caused a whole big thing. It was Ford, gotcha. The Pinto engine, got it. Let's see, with that, our strength saving throws a 7, athletics a 3, dexterity's a 7, 3, 3, 3, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, history's a 4, religion's a 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, except insight, which is 6. And zeros down the board except for persuasion, which is going to be 4. Oh, your grandfather had one killer sense of humor. Dark Wolf is giving a sympathetic a woo. Alright. Hit points. We started as a monk. At level 1, you'll get your full your 8-sided die as a hit die. Okay? For the remaining 7 levels of monk, it's half plus 1 or 5. For barbarian, 3 levels of barbarian times 7, which is half plus 1 of 12. Then for all of our levels, regardless of it could be wizard, all of our levels, so 11, you get your constitution modifier in bonus hit points. So here's our equation. We have 11, we have 21, and we have 35. This is going to bring us to 32. This is going to bring us to 67. And then we're going to add 8 to that, and that's going to bring us to 75 hit points. Initiative's a +3 because initiative is a dexterity check. Remember that if you're a bard with Jack of all trades or the champion fighter, that gives you a bonus on dex checks, okay? Armor class. If we're not wearing armor, we can choose. Do we want 10 plus dex plus wisdom or 10 plus dex plus con? In this case, I think we're going to stick with 10 plus dex plus wisdom for a 15. That said, if we wanted to wear medium armor, as our barbarian lets us do, let's say that we had scale mail that starts at 14, and you can add up to 2 points of dexterity on top of it. So if we really wanted to squeeze out what we could with armor, then we would actually be wearing scale mail as a monk, a monk barbarian. And then you could technically wear a shield, with at least with the barbarian one. So if we did that, then it could go up to an 18. Oh, killer sense of humor risked 1,000 on a wandering monster, and unfortunately, it didn't go his way. Alright, bite is strength-based. So that's going to be +7 to hit, although strength and dex are going to be the same here. So there we go, +7 to hit, and whatever the die damage is, +3. We don't have any spell stuff to worry about. Oh, passive perception is 12. 10 plus your perception modifier. That represents your natural awareness. And now, we no longer have a pile of stats. We have a character. We have this female Newfoundland dog. A monk, Way of Shadow 8, Barbarian, Berserker 3. What would we like to name her? What is her name? I know, right? I can see how a vat can use a shield. How does a dog use a shield? I don't know. Where is it on its side? Where is it on its back? It's your dog. You come up with it. But you can do it. It wears a dog-sized shield. I don't know. It just has it tied or strapped to one of its forearms. TJ, are you recommending that her name is Cuddles? The dog's name is Cuddles. Killer, I don't think you can bet or you can duel with a number of experience points that's greater than what your opponent could pay. Now, if you want to give EXP, you could do exclamation point give space name space amount, and you could donate your own experience points to someone else that way. Darkwolf says not Cuddles, but TJ makes a good point. TJ is the only one who suggested a name. Killer sense of humor. I think Bro Plier was had very little experience points. Yeah. What about Grin for the name? Bro Plier, you can't accept unless you're prompted. Killer sense of humor, you are still on a global cooldown. Even if the command fails, it still has triggered the not the global. It is still triggered the user cooldown for that command. So you'll have to wait until that time passes before you could do it again. Alright, so I had a suggestion of Cuddles and Grin. Sarge. Granny Grin. Or Grinny Gran. Sensei Cuddles. Madame Grin of the Cuddlesworth estate. So that was her name before she was awakened? She's a smiley old lass. Catalina. So... So her old name was Catalina Cuddles, and before she awakened and set out into the world, she is now known as Grin-Sensei. Does that work? That works for you, Chaotic Blue. Alright. We have character number 3. I don't know the dimensions of a Newfoundland, but we can always fill those in. But we have created another dog character. She sounds fun and compelling. We have an idea, you know, for who she is and how she operates. And, I'm really looking forward to making another one. And then, so once we make one more, that's sort of the official business of the night. And then we'll be freed up. Killer Sense of Humor has a backstory that he wants some opinions on, and we can give him our opinions on stream. Big old grin on her face, looking out for the young pup she travels with. She's going to have to. One's chaotic neutral and the other's chaotic evil, TJ Fate. Alright, so let's take a 10-minute break, everyone. I have 1:06 a.m. So, I mean, where you are, it's you know, plus or minus hours or half hours even. Some of you do live in a half-hour time zone. It's interesting. TJ, we have made Freya Bamboza, a Berserker Barbarian Great Pyrenees. We have made Rex, a chaotic evil male Saint Bernard fighter battle master. And then we just made... Oh, come on. Why'd you do that? And then we made a lawful good female Newfoundland. That's a Monk Way of Shadow 8 Barbarian Berserker 3. Yep, stretching time. Take 10 minutes, everyone. And then we'll come back and make our 4th doggo. So Rex is Cujo then. I didn't think of that. That's... I suppose so, right? The internal conflict is its own story. Yeah, who needs, you know, villainous wizards wanting to, like, nuke the world? The party itself, I think, is a good lesson. So, alright. 10 minutes and we'll be back. Alright, everyone?